Oh, well, thank you so much, John, for having me on tonight's call. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you again for inviting me on this call. And it's always so exciting, everyone, to hear people dialing in from all across the country, and now even more specifically, other parts of the world. You know, people are Skyping in, people are dialing in, and that's such an exciting thing to be a part of. And so for those of you who I have not had a chance to meet yet, for those of you who I have not had a chance to spend time with or to talk to, my name is Patty McCracken, like John Harris was saying, and I'm just excited to be on this call with you all this evening, as he was talking about a very, very important thing, and that is building your business in your backyard, which will simply allow you to grow in other parts of the country. And so what I have the opportunity to do tonight is really talk about three-way calls and how you can use it in your business by just being an entrepreneur, being in networking, and building your Nerium business. And so what I love about this is that this is the opportunity for you to go out there and build something if you don't have a lot of time or a lot of experience. And so I'll just share with you my quick story, and I'll jump into why a three-way call will allow you to go out there and earn extra income on top of whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, and so 44 months ago, I found myself working 60 to 70 hours a week in the restaurant business. My background was in franchising and restaurant development. And so I found myself working that 60 to 70 hour grind every single week. And at 29 years of age, I quickly realized that I was not getting ahead. I was not putting anything into the bank. I was not able to go out there and do anything of great value other than simply work to pay my bills. And I was barely doing anything other than that. And so that's why I started looking for an opportunity inside of this industry of being an entrepreneur and building something from home. And so I know that who we are talking to tonight, because it's a late on the East Coast, it's getting late in Central Mountain and obviously on the West Coast. And so for those of you on here tonight, and I heard a lot of you dial in here, you obviously want this. You obviously already know why you're doing the business. And so what I get to share with you tonight is that literally, in the last 44 months of us growing this business, I started just like you. I started part-time. I started not knowing a lot about this industry, not knowing a lot about anti-aging, and specifically skincare. And so as a guy, I didn't have that passion for what we were taking to the marketplace. But what I absolutely saw was I saw the numbers. I saw what we had. I saw a patented product. And I had tremendous results of my own. And so for those of you who heard my name, you heard that I'm Irish. I had some redness. I had some discoloration to my skin. And I had dramatic results very, very quickly. Obviously addressed the signs around my eyes and forehead and all that. And why I'm sharing that with you all here tonight is because I had results. And I became that walking billboard. And so people started asking me questions about what I did. And all I had to do, guys and gals, was get out of the way. I simply had to take them from not knowing about our product to knowing about our product or knowing about our opportunity by showing third-party tools. And so that's what John talked about. And so what I want to really address here is John mentioned, starting with very humble beginnings and getting into the Lexus within 2 months. And so what I'm really trying to build up right now is why a three-way call is so valuable for you to go out there and build your business. You see, when I got started in this business, I was working that full-time 60-plus hour work week. I didn't know much about anti-aging, and I certainly wasn't going to go out there and learn a bunch. But luckily for us in our business and our opportunity, we didn't have to. The product works. It's a patented product. It's a proven product. All you have to do is go out there and say, here, try this. And so we just got people in front of the information, but the three-way call allowed us to go out there and earn the Lexus right on time. It allowed me to go out there and replace my salary within 6 months, go full-time within 8 months, and be into a multi-six-figure income within 11 months. And so now I'm very grateful to say I've been a full-time entrepreneur with Nerium International for over 3 years now. And so why I'm building this up for you specifically tonight is because the three-way call system, guys and gals, does many, many, many things for you. It is a tremendous tool in your tool belt. And so while you're going out there and taking people from not knowing about Nerium to knowing about Nerium, the three-way call allows you to answer questions. It allows you to allow somebody else to do the work. And while you're learning, while you're listening, the other person is doing the work for you. I remember about 3 years ago when actually a family member of mine did their first three-way call. And I remember it so crystal clear because this is why. It took me a while to get them to do their first three-way call, but when they did that first three-way call, I remember her saying the pressure was off. You did all the work. You know, it wasn't about me. All I had to do was get you on the phone. And so for those of you who are brand new with us, you just got started with us, or for those of you who have been with us for 6 months to a year to 2 years to 3 years, you know, coming up on our 4-year anniversary, you haven't been with us that long. So whether you're an expert in three-way calls or you're just beginning, it simply is about getting yourself out of the way. And so I always use my story. You know, as I was a restaurant guy, I didn't know much about skincare or anti-aging specifically. Luckily, I didn't have to. All I had to do was show information and say, here, try this. And when somebody had a question on the opportunity or the product, I got somebody else to answer that question. And through that process, guys and gals, I learned how to cover a question. I learned how to cover an objection. I learned how to cover people that were skeptical, or people that were just curious, or people that were looking how to get inside of the Lexus within 90 days. That's all I started learning. And you have the opportunity to do that as well. And so if you don't have a lot of experience in sales, in marketing, it doesn't matter. You will simply learn by listening to others do what you just did. And so that's what Jeff Wilson talks about. He talks about learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, activity knowledge. And as you get good enough, eventually you will become the teacher. And eventually you'll become the modeler. And so the three-way call, guys and gals, is like this. Imagine going to the gym and having a personal trainer. You know, that you hire that personal trainer, right? Okay, so follow this, because, you know, when it comes to working out and getting fit, I'm not the most motivated cat in the world, and I'll just be very transparent with that. So imagine this, guys and gals. For those of us who want to gain muscle or lose weight or just get more fit, imagine being able to hire somebody that will do all of the reps, all of the repetitions, lift all of the weight, run all the miles, you know, do all the crunches, you know, get in shape, and do all of the work, but you get fit, you get in shape. You see, that is the analogy of a three-way call. You're simply getting somebody else on the bench to lift the weight for you. And through that process, guys and gals, we have the opportunity to learn and duplicate. You see, as we are talking about growing international, duplication is key. You know, it's not about you specifically. And so that's why you can have success building your business in a small town, in a large town, in a metropolitan area, or in a third world country. It doesn't matter where you are, you can build this business, because it simply comes down to sharing a great product and getting someone on the phone to help you answer those questions while you're learning. And so let me jump back to those veterans on the phone here that have been with us since the very beginning, or maybe have done this for a very long time. You see, we are still doing three-way calls as well. You see, every single time I follow up with a prospect, I am putting them on the phone with somebody else. And here's why. It's about the prospect. You want the prospect. You want the person listening to this information to say, you know what? I can do that. I can send someone to a website. I can send someone to a video. I can bring someone to a party or an event. I can say, here, try this with the product. I can get someone on the phone to answer my questions. And through that very simple philosophy, guys and gals, you start building a group. You start building a team. You start building a group of people that are part-time, spare time, no experience, but have a desire, you know, have a willingness to work and want to go out there and build something of great value with just a few hours a week. And so the three-way call system, guys and gals, is to answer questions. It's to recognize people. It's to welcome people to the team, or welcome a new customer, or share a story. It is to promote something or promote somebody. There's a lot of reasons we do three-way calls, and this is the most powerful tool that you can add in your tool belt. I promise you, guys and gals, if you're ever wondering, how do I get to that six-figure ring? How do I get to the Lexus in 3 months, or 2 months, or 1 month, or whatever? It comes down to getting a team of people to do a few simple things. You see, that's what our mentor and founder, Jeff Wilson, has always taught us. You got to do a few simple things over and over and over and over and over again. And through that process, you will absolutely build an organization and a team that can take a product from point A to point B. And that's why I got started. That's why so many people in our business, in this country, are seeing us as an opportunity, because we have a few patented products that you cannot find anywhere else. And it simply takes them out there and says, here, try this. When you can do that and get someone on a three-way call to answer your questions, You can build a business from anywhere. When I got started in my business 44 months ago, I had just moved from Orange County, California to Tempe, Arizona. Okay, it was the second time in my life that I kind of had to start over and move to a new place where I didn't know anybody. Okay, so when I started my business, I was only, I think, 2 months old in the state of Arizona. And so I had to start networking. But luckily, I was able to build a team by simply picking up the phone, getting people in front of a website, a third-party tool in Southern California, in Dallas, Texas, and Illinois, where I'm from. And through that process, guys and gals, I started building a team, working 60 to 70 hours a week in the restaurant business, by getting people in front of third-party information and then getting them on the phone with somebody else that could answer their questions. Not to sell them, not to pitch them, not to convince them, but to educate them, to inspire them. And so guys and gals, I promise you, the third-party process of sharing a tool and then getting someone on a three-way call will allow you to build your business and explode your business. If you need to make money right now, if you need to get 3 or free, if you need to get inside of a Lexus, if you need to get to a 6-figure ring or whatever, I promise you, if you double your three-way calls, you will explode. And so here's one final thing that I have to share with you on a three-way call system is you have to edify your expert. You have to edify the person you're getting them on the phone with. And so here's kind of how it works, is that you don't need to have a 6-figure earner on the call to answer your questions. All you have to do is have somebody else on the line that's had one paycheck, that's earned one free bottle of product, that kind of knows the process a little bit. Maybe it's a customer that absolutely loves our product. Maybe it's someone that's been on EHT now for 2 months and it's changing their life. Whatever it is, you're getting somebody else on that line. But here's what's up. You have to edify who you're getting on the line. And unfortunately, in today's society, we have to teach this. You see, we don't always speak highly enough of our peers, specifically in corporate America, specifically in traditional workforce or sales. Okay, so in this business, guys and gals, you want to edify your speaker. And it doesn't need to be fake. It doesn't need to be hype. It doesn't need to be extravagant. It can be something on the lines of, hey, this is someone I'm working with. He's a part of my support team. If he is working above, if he is part of your upline or support team, or she, they're part of my support team. Or hey, this is one of my business partners, that I want to introduce you to. They're a lot of fun to work with. They're making great income on the side of what they're currently doing if they're part-time. Okay, so if you're putting them on the phone with a director or senior director or an executive, they're probably still building their Nerium business part-time. So you can simply say, hey, this is one of the gals I'm working with or one of the gentlemen I'm working with. They're having a lot of fun. They've been with the company for XYZ. They're earning some great income with us. They had just qualified for Lexus. And I'd love to introduce them to you. So Sally, meet John. John, meet Sally. Okay, and that's your process, guys and gals, to mute your line and listen. You see, this is, again, where the personal trainer is now lifting the weight for you. They are now running on that treadmill for you. They are now doing the wind sprints for you while you're getting fit. Okay, this is how it works. Here's another analogy for you. If last time you were at church, okay, you just do the ushering, the preacher does the preaching, but you do the collecting, okay? You just bring them in and have somebody else deliver the message. That's why our business works, guys and gals. That's why a guy that's now almost 33 years of age was able to build a business that now is literally in North America and now very quickly about to be in Korea. So as I wrap up here, what I want to kind of share with you is this. 44 months ago, I had the opportunity of seeing Nerium at the very first event. I wasn't on that invite list. I didn't get the call from the company or from corporate, but I showed up. I got introduced to Nerium just like you got introduced to Nerium. By a friend, a family member, a loved one, somebody saying, hey, check this out. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't really know, we got started at the very beginning when we had to go out there and figure it out. But here's where I'm going with this message tonight. Jeff Olson, everything that he has ever said has come to fruition in a massive way. You see, our first year, what we did, $100 million in sales. Second year, $219 million in sales. Third year, $405 million in sales. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 8 months old in Mexico. We are a year old in Canada. And we are literally on the verge of launching Korea in the biggest way possible. Guys and gals, I believe our company has at least 20,000 people pre-registered, pre-enrolled, if not more. Korea is ready to play. They are ready to see a real company. I don't know anybody in Korea. I'm not even close to knowing anybody in Korea, but you know what? We have thousands of people pre-registered because a few people said, hey, have you looked at this? Hey, have you checked this out? Get on Facebook, get on LinkedIn, get on whatever it is that you wish, and start reaching out to people in other countries, in other continents. Just build a relationship. Let them see the information for themselves. Okay, for those of you who are going to start jumping into Korea, through social media, you got to check out our Q&A, okay? There's a few things that you can and cannot do, but here's the deal. Korea is very educated. They have already seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of before and after photos. They already know the proven science. They already see the white papers, the clinicals, the medical journals. They see all of the print and ads that we're in every single day online. Okay, so all you have to do is reach out and say hello. How are you? Have you heard of Nerium yet? Are you open to an opportunity? If I got you in front of a website, would you look at it? If I got you to an event, would you check it out? Whatever it is, okay? So that's how we build this business. And that's why you, from wherever you are listening into this call, can build a business globally. And so this is what I'll end with. 44 months ago, Jeff said we will be international. When we opened up Canada, I was excited. I went to the launch events in British Columbia and then over in Toronto. When we opened up Mexico, I was extremely excited, and I still am to this day because Mexico is about to absolutely explode. We had 150 Mexican and Mexican Americans on the cruise, guys and gals. They earned that trip in 6 months. But what we are about to do when we start launching other continents across the pond, across the ocean, across the world, we are about to go to a multi-billion-dollar brand, and we are a part of this company in the first 4 years. Wherever you sit, whether you are 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, or 1 day old, you sit in seats that have never been sat in your life. Guys and gals, we are in the summer months. This is the time to take action. This is the time to get charged up and get fired up. While others are vacationing, while others are hanging out, while others are chilling out, and that's okay, you have the opportunity to get a cutting edge and a slight edge advantage in building more market share. Simply go out there and build the business. Simply go out there and take people from not knowing to knowing. And so I know I have run a little bit late here tonight, but as you can tell in my voice, I am fired up. This is the time, guys and gals. I have a tremendous fear of loss right now because of how many people in other countries are banging on our door. We're doing it right. We're doing it with free inventory. We're doing it with 30-day money-back guarantees. We're opening up countries with boots on the ground, brand centers in place, general managers running the country before we even open it. If you are on this call or you're going to listen to the recording of this call, you have got to take action now. What are you waiting for? This is the time. And I'll end with this, and I promise I will end with this or I will continue to keep talking. We just celebrated our 4th of July and our Independence Day here in the United States. Okay, and I had 2 tremendous friends, what I must consider family, fly in. And I'm getting a little choked up because of this reason. 4 years ago, I found myself moving from Orange County to Arizona. I just started working that grind back in the restaurant industry, which I had left. I wasn't a part of it anymore, but I had to go back. So for those of you who have had to go back, I'm with you. I've done it. Okay, so this is where I'm going with this. And I didn't mean to get emotional or choked up, but I hope you're hearing this loud and clear. 44 months ago, 4 years ago, 4 Independence Days ago, I was working my butt off. I was scared. I didn't have a lot of confidence. I didn't have a lot of cash, but I did have a desire. I did have that entrepreneurial spirit. And so when our company came around, I got started. Whatever you got started is what you know. You want to share that, but you want to harness it. It is time to go out there and win big. And so this is what I'm closing with. Two of my best friends in the world. We have all changed our lives in literally 44 months. So I don't know how old you are in our company, but where could you be in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? It is happening. We are a company that's just beginning. We are a sleeping giant, ladies and gentlemen, that is just learning how to run. This is the time. So with that, thank you for having me on the call, John Harris. I appreciate you. I respect you. I love you. I'm glad you're back and healthy, and I know we are ready to crush this year. So thank you for having me on the call, and I'll give the call back to you. Take care, man.